Hey there, folks. It's a beautiful 72-degree day out here in Houston, Texas. Sun is out. We can see it way up there. Today we've got the Ford Maverick. And this particular Maverick has like 54,000 miles on it. Love this truck. Best truck I've had, and I've had several. Excellent gas mileage, does everything I ask it to do, carries my motorcycle, etc., etc. So today what we're going to do, the oil light just came on. We're going to go ahead and change the oil filter and do an oil change on this sucker. So let's get started. Okay, so let's go over what we're going to need to complete this oil change. I always start my videos with this part so that way you can pause it and get everything together, and you're not scrambling for it midway in the job. So I try to do this each and every time. So first of all, what we're going to need to do, because we're going underneath the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and raise it up. And obviously, I'm at the house. I don't have a lift, so I use my trusty ramps. So we're going to take both of these ramps. We're going to bring the truck up. Next thing that we need is we need a drain pan. And there's a million different types out there. I like this particular one because you can drain the oil. It takes all the oil in. You can cap it, and then you can just drive down to AutoZone or O'Reilly's or whatever parts store you have and go and put the oil in recycling, because remember, this oil destroys the earth. You don't want to just dump it into your trash can and have it go into a landfill. That's not the right thing to do. So let's go ahead and get this oil recycled. So invest in one of these where you can easily take this whole thing to AutoZone, pour all your oil out, and move on from there. Okay, the next thing we're going to need, so to open up the drain pan, you're going to need a number 15 millimeter socket wrench. So it can be either a socket wrench or it can be a box wrench or whatever, but it's a 15 millimeter drain plug at the bottom of the engine. So that's what's going to be needed to start the drain process. Next to it, it's a T30. This is a T30 that I bought from Harbor Freight. Cheap, inexpensive, but what you're going to need that for is at the bottom of this truck is a belly pan. It's shielded underneath. So there are Torx type screws. I think there's about 10 of them that hold it in, hold that belly pan in place. And yeah, so you'll need that. Oil filter wrench, basically to get the oil filter off. Gloves, always work with gloves. You don't want to get this nasty oil all over your hands. The oil, I usually just get the Costco oil. You're going to need the SAE 0W20 and filter. I always use the factory filter. You want to pause this. It is going to be an FL910S for the hybrid Maverick. And one other thing that I did not put out here, I forgot to, but you're going to need a creeper so you can get underneath it, unless you want to just drag on the floor. So I need to go get my creeper. I just remembered that. All right, let's get started. Okay, so this right here is the top part of our engine, and what we're going to do before we get the oil change started is we're going to go ahead and remove the cap where the oil goes in, and I usually just put it over here so that way I don't lose it. And I also like to take the dipstick out, and the reason why we're doing all this is just simply, and I leave the dipstick like this, we just want air to be able to go in there, which helps the draining process. The oil is already hot. I drove this car around, I warmed it up, so we're good to go from that perspective. But we don't want these two items in because they'll cause a suction and not let the oil drain out. So let's get started. So what we're going to do now is go underneath, and we're going to go ahead and get the belly pan off. Got my creeper that I didn't show you previously that I talked about, so let's go ahead and go down underneath and get that belly pan off. So as you can see, you've got this belly pan. Let me come out a little bit so you can see it better. So it's basically like this, right? And you've got these bolts right here, and as you can see, they're Torex type bolts, the European bolts. I'm not sure why Ford would use the European bolts. I guess the Germans do things better, maybe. That's what I've heard. And so you'll take your T30, which I lined out for you earlier, and you'll basically just open these up. And once we get this off, I'll show you what it looks like underneath there. It does have some cutouts, but those cutouts aren't enough for the oil drain as well as the filter, so we'll have to take the belly pan out. So let me get started, and I'll restart the video once I have the pan off. Okay, folks, so here we go. This is what it looks like with the belly pan taken off. And so all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this bolt out right here. This is your drain lug. And then we'll go ahead and remove the filter. And we'll go ahead and get this started. Okay, so folks, as you can see, we'll go ahead and let that drain out, and then we'll go and get the filter next. One thing that I did want to show is, unlike your European and Japanese cars, the drain bolt on this thing, on a Ford, I guess on this Maverick, has a lifetime seal around it. Usually you have the washer that comes off and you replace it. This one doesn't. So as you can see, this has the built-in seal, so you don't have to do anything there. This oil doesn't really look too bad. It's not that dark and it's not that light, so tells me that whoever had the vehicle before me, because I bought this vehicle used, was doing oil changes, because yeah, I mean, filter doesn't look too bad, and the oil itself doesn't look too bad. Okay, so now that we've got that done, let's go ahead and cap it up. Put the drain bolt back on. And we'll tighten it back down. And this just has to be snug. It doesn't have to be completely tight on there. You don't want to damage the pan. And that's it. Now we'll go on to the filter. So here's our filter right here, and so we're going to go ahead and release that. Okay, so what you want to do is make sure that your hands are clean, and then this brand new filter right here needs to be, the seal needs to be oiled a little bit so it makes contact with the engine properly. And the way to do that is to just dab a little bit of the oil around this rubber seal. So you basically want it to look like that, and then just screw it on. And that's it, folks. We're done down here. You want to hand tighten this. You don't need to overly tighten it. That filter's not going anywhere. And that's it. And we'll start the process of putting the belly pan back on, and then everything else is done from up top. Okay, so now that the belly pan is on, and as you can see, all the screws are in place. We had a few drops of oil, which is normal. That happens, so I'll have to clean that up. Now we come up here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and leave the dipstick out. We're going to use a filler, and we're going to basically fill the oil in now, and then just make sure that we're between the hash marks. So let's get started. So there's my dipstick. There is my filler funnel, and here's the oil that I'm using. I'm going to use SAE 0W20 full synthetic. Okay, so I've put about 3/4 of this whole jug in there, and as you can see on the side they have like a little marker, and I don't think you can tell in the camera, but we've got 2 quarts left. So what I like to do is always see with the dipstick where I'm at, if I'm getting close or if it's not even registering. I don't want to overfill it. You definitely don't want to overfill the engine. Okay, so as you can see, we're just underneath the crosshatch, so we need basically half a quart more, or maybe even a quart, and so I'll add that in. This, when you buy this from Costco, you get 2 of them, and so I'm going to open this one up and pour some in. Okay, so I checked the oil. We're perfectly in within the crosshatch. You can't see it because of the light right now, but we're good. So it took basically about half a quart more, and that's it. And we're ready to go. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And give me ideas if you need anything else on this vehicle. I'm open for feedback. Thank you. Now that we're done, the nasty part starts. I have to clean up. I have to go take this oil, to throw this filter away, throw these used gloves away, throw all these boxes away, put all this stuff away. Oh my God, go wash my hands and then run out to the AutoZone and give them this used oil. Oh, the cleanup is worse than actually doing the oil change. Anyways, guys, I'm done complaining. I love it. It's great. You got to keep your vehicle running smooth. So, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.